Well, good morning, you glorious mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Right then, we all need to be paying serious attention because I know we are preoccupied with what is happening over in reform, and I will do another video about that very shortly. But this is a lot more important. Something that is really deeply going to affect this entire country. Last night, without any warning, Starlin has said he's going to remove all subsidies from farmers from immediate effect. Now, they say that's any new ones, but the simple truth of the matter is, what this will do is cripple farmers. You are going to make farmers be bankrupt, because you just have to look into why they get paid subsidies. As ridiculous as some of them are, I mean, some of them are actually paid not to grow stuff because the world doesn't need it. And then you look at people and there's world hunger. I don't get it myself, but in any case, it is what it is. So the farmers rely on these subsidies, because, you know, some of them are like don't grow anything in that field this week or this year, so they get paid, because otherwise it's just wasted land. But this is now the third openly hostile attack that Keir Starlin and the Labour government have mounted on farmers. First, of course, was the inheritance tax thing, which of course gets a lot of stupid people, well, they're not paying enough tax as it is, because you just don't understand, and also because the magic box on wall tells you that it's a good thing that they're getting penalised like this, so you do as you're told. Then again, something else that popped up, quite under the radar for a lot of people, because very quietly released to the media, because we don't want people to realise the literal open assault on farmers at the moment, was the fact that Angela Rayner has allowed them to have their land grabbed off them by the council. And the best thing is, the council, not the farmer, would decide the price of the land. And then you get this: no subsidies. They want farming in this country destroyed. Now, some people will probably not understand what that means, because again, the magic box on the wall hasn't told them why it's important. But what it would mean is we would become solely and wholly dependent on expensive imported food. Now, there is another bonus effect for Starlin and his dictatorship, is the fact that once we're totally and utterly reliant on imported food, of which it will have, shall we say, questionable safety regulations, etc., then we have to do as we're told. Because if we don't do as we're told, and remembering that all our food would then come through ports, he could stop us by just starving us. It is literally a most blatant and obvious attack, not only on farmers. Now, my philosophy on farmers last time didn't cause too much of a hoo-ha. But you see, the thing is, I don't think farmers should be punished with the inheritance tax. In fact, I think farmers should be 110% supported wholly and totally by the country. We should do everything in our power to help farmers. For one, it's a long, hard job, and it provides everything that we eat and drink on our tables. These men and women work incredibly hard and incredibly long hours to provide us with food. They therefore shouldn't be punished attacked, removed, or anything. And this Labour government seems to have made it its entire mission to destroy farming. For the net zero, we're going on net zero. We've got to have net zero, net zero, net zero, net zero, because that's all that matters, net zero. Now, I don't really understand the principle of wanting a green and pleasant land by concreting over said green and pleasant land. I don't see the point of filling farmers' fields up with solar panels and wind farms. Remembering that so far to date, we've spent over £250 million to make sure that windmills are turned off because their power is too cheap to produce, deliberately keeping us in fuel poverty. And then they want to starve us. And we're all there with our smoke and mirrors, not paying attention to these things. This is why old Starlin has been banging on about the Ukraine war, which, in a side note, there is a possibility that that stupid idiotic shit is going to come to an end. Maybe. But what we have to realise is, and we have to pay attention to, and we have to scream from the top of the rooftops, enough attacking the farmers. Because once the farmers have gone, once that farmland has gone, and we have no capacity to make our own food, drinks, etc., then it is really truly game over. You will really, all of us, be under the cosh, because you will have to toe the party line, or he'll starve us. Do you see where it's going? You will be 110% wholly reliant on the state to provide you food. Now, for years, many of us have been going on about the digital IDs and all the things that have been going on, and we've been called conspiracy theorists and insulted and slurred. Yet everything that we've been trying to warn you about is coming true. I mean, I've just done a thing about Park Dean holidays because they need a government digital ID for you to have a holiday, and it's no coincidence, because there's no such thing as coincidences, but they also happen to be the biggest holiday provider in the UK. So knowing that a lot of people go on holiday there, that's a great way of getting you on their system. And now we want our farmers gone. We want to concrete over farmland because we want to turn this green and pleasant land into a net zero concrete jungle, because then the only place you can get food from will be the government. And if that doesn't send a shiver down your spine, I don't know what will. We have to stay focused on all the things that are going on. Although it's very hard, especially with the reform stuff that's going on. Again, there will be another video up because it's something that needs to be covered. Not necessarily because it has an immediate impact on our lives, but the fact that we've all been led down the garden path. Well, some of us have been led down the garden path, and it's not right. But the complete and utter destruction of our farmers and our farmland and the ability for us to make our own food is not acceptable, and we have to stand strong and together with farmers. But in reality, they are just the tip of the iceberg. We have to put aside petty differences and slight differences of opinion to come together, to make this country united, to put Britain first, to make sure that we have our own food, our own drinks, our own steel, our own everything, like we used to. And the getting rid of the farmers is just another step in the absolute and total destruction of this great country. If you enjoyed this video, you can hit the subscribe button. If you like what I have to say, you hit the subscribe button. Subscribing is an indication that you agree. If I am the only way for you to get out of a voice out into the wilderness, because I understand it's scary. Trust me, it's a bit worrying about this now. Why we do these videos at risk, genuinely at risk. If you've done that, you can also you could also share, which also helps. Sharing, getting those videos out to other people is the best thing you can do. This is what subscribing does. This is what liking does. This is what having an adult conversation in the comment section does. Even if you hate everything I say and you have to put an evil thing, it's all about engagement. The more the channel gets engaged, the more subscribers I get, the more it's liked, the more it's shared, the more that YouTube's algorithm puts these videos out for other people to see. I know it looks dark at the moment. I know things aren't good. But together, rising and standing together, we can actually shine the light and make a difference. Because that's what we need to do. And supporting the farmers is the most important thing as well. Because without them, without those selfless, and then we go, oh no, you're not selfless, they make loads of money. You never, just have a look at the farmers. Would you do that job? Would you have to get up at the crack of dawn every day and go to bed way after the sunset? Would you do that? Because if you do, and you want to, then get a farm. Don't criticise them. They do such a great service. They are the actual front line of everything. They are the most important service out of everything. Because without our farmers, we're nothing. Any case, 2 videos coming up at the end of this one. One will be the last one uploaded. The other one will be the chosen one that the gods of YouTube with their mighty algorithm have selected just for you. Do not deny the algorithm. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So, until the next one.